Hi everyone, this is Julie from Patchworks. It's always a party at Patchworks. Let's get this party started. Woot woot. Hi everyone, it is another must-sew TV Thursday night, and we are so excited that we are here with our We Heart Tula Pink program featuring block 5 of our Nebula quilt. But we have all sorts of other really fun things to share with you. We are going to be talking about tips and tricks for the block and pressing tips for when you have lots of different intersections. We're going to be talking about a really fun cat block that's been pieced. We're going to share with you a new lunch tote from June Taylor. We're going to share with you some new fabrics, as well as you never know what other kind of fun news that you might be getting. Play along. We'll have 3 different trivia questions for you. And what we'll be doing is you'll have through tomorrow night to answer the trivia questions. And then Saturday morning at 9 a.m., we'll do a fun live drawing to award the prizes. After the last few weeks, we've learned that maybe Friday afternoon isn't going to happen. So what we'll do is that we'll have that drawing at 9 a.m. on Saturday, and that's going to be something to give you a little bit more time to answer the questions. And then we know that we'll have a specific time for you to tune in to catch those award winners. Okay, so I see that there are a few of you on, so thanks so much for joining us, and let's get started. So with our We Heart Tula Pink program, we are running the program where club members get a selection of fabrics every month. You get 8 to 10 fabrics per month that coordinate with the fabrics from Tula Pink's True Colors, solids, and a little bit of homemade that match the block fabrics for months 1 through 9. So that takes us through January through September. For October, November, and December, it's dealer's choice, that means me, of which 8 fabrics you'll be getting in your pack. We also share with you, because I know all of you aren't making the Nebula blocks, is we share with you a small project that is a featured inspiration from either the Free Spirit or Tula Pink website, and make something unique and learn a little bit something about that. And then of course we give you some news. If you haven't jumped in yet, we do have membership still available. And of course you don't need a membership to watch, because we're just sharing some really fun stuff. This block here, in block 5, we are playing with 2 different units that we haven't seen before, but they're still the triangles, the 60-degree triangles that we're working with. I'm going to pull off this block here so we can look at it a little bit closer. Of course, we don't want to give you any tricks that would give away the pattern. So we're going to be talking in some general terms. And let's look overhead at our block. So we have, on our pink block here, 2 different units. So we have a striped piece with a larger triangle that forms this triangle, and we see that here, 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 and then different fabric format here, here, here. And then this center triangle is a smaller scale where we have this triangle, that triangle. Okay. The biggest thing that you want to do when you are cutting your fabric is read the instructions. Okay, so make sure you read the instructions. You know, I've been sewing for a long time and I didn't read my instructions last night. And so I got to make my blocks twice. So I do also recommend that you cut out 1 block first rather than cut out both, so that in case if you do have a misstep, you don't have to worry about fabric for 2 blocks. Okay, so you can see that there are lots of intersections here and could potentially be a lot of bulk. This is, I would say, the bulkiest block that we've had so far. And when I was pressing, what I thought I would do, rather than, I like to always press my seams open, and what I thought I would do is I would use that little trick where you flip the seam. I don't know if you can see this here, but I popped this seam back here and here so that this part could go this way into my my single layer of fabric, and then this would come back so it could lay flat nice here. Okay, and I did that on all 3 sides of both of my inner triangles here, and that worked out really, really well. Another tip that I want to share with you when you are working with fabrics like this is that I starch. Make sure you starch before you cut, okay? You want to make sure you starch before you cut, because what can happen is that if you starch after you cut your shapes, the starch is a little bit of water, and after you press it, it will cause your fabric to just seize up just a little bit and maybe shrink just a titch. And that titch really matters when you have all of these different seams. So if you're going to starch, starch before you cut anything, and then you won't have any problems with everything staying the right size. So outside of cutting the wrong sizes, there were no other construction issues with this block. Some simple strip piecing and then using the units that we have used in previous blocks. This block exclusively used the hex and more ruler. If you have any questions or if you're having any challenges with your blocks, make sure to just stop in or give us a call over at the shop. All right. So that's our fun block that we have for this month. We have blocks 1 through 5 now hanging at the shop. And some super exciting news is that we have all of the true colors, the 10 stripes and palms, and all the solids, as well as the line work back in stock. So if you were wanting to build your finishing kit, and I know that's still way, way, way in the future, we have all of those fabrics in stock. We have to be able to either make it according to the pattern or if you want to choose your own adventure, okay? So going from the size of the simple hexagon all the way up to a king, and I know we've even helped someone who made it a king with extra borders. So however you'd like to finish it, we'd be more than happy to help you, but we still got a long ways to go, so don't worry about it. But for those of you that have been waiting, just know that it's back in stock. All right, let's hang this back up. And then, ooh, so what do you think? Do you like the blue or the pink better? The blue. The blue. Frank likes the blue. He votes blue. All right. So now we are going to show you the project. And the project that we have is based on a new quilt that is available, the pattern for download on the Free Spirit website. We made a block for you out of true colors. So these are the true colors from our block here, or actually a combination of different fabrics. So we have this mineral print here, and then this beautiful wildflower from a different month, and then some gorgeous fairy dust. So this pattern is the Cheshire Cats, and we have the Diva quilt here. The Diva meaning the backgrounds. Now we'll talk a little bit more about the fabric line this particular quilt features, this printed pattern. but I wanted to break down for you how this simple block is created. And when we were looking for different patterns and different inspirations, we were talking, and I know so many quilters love cats, and we were looking at the different projects, and I asked Heidi, I said, Heidi, I'm like, what should we make this month? And she looked at that and she said, cats, we need to make the cats. So cats won. You can use the cats to either just feature some basic fabric, or this space here is perfect for some fussy cutting, and the fussy cutting was featured in the fabric or in the pattern where you can use some larger motifs. Let's take a look overhead and look at this quilt block. So here's the finished block, and we just finished it simply by doing some very, very simple straight line echo quilting on the shape of the cat, and then shape of this spacer rectangle, and then bound it. And Heidi finished it with a very simple double fold hand finish binding. The pattern is available for download on the Free Spirit website. Our club members are going to receive a printed copy of this. We are going to talk about potentially a modification to this pattern. All of these cats finish to 10 inches, and you can take advantage of some fussy cutting if you choose, but otherwise the skill level is for a confident beginner. To make the ears, you are going to do connector style flying geese, and with the connector style, it's not a flying geese, I'm sorry, connector style corners on a rectangle. It's not a flying goose because you have this gap here, okay? If you had an actual flying goose, you'd have that overlap so that there would be no space. You're going to put a square on top of your rectangle. You're going to put your quick quarter ruler from point to point and draw a line down the center. You're going to stitch on that line and repeat on the other side. After you're done with your drawing and stitching, you can then trim off that excess so that you don't have the extra bulk, and then you'd press it down. Then what you're going to do is that you are going to piece together the head. So this is over here. You're going to piece together the head. And so for the head, these two pieces of fabric are going to match the body the way that we've made it here. Little rectangles of different sizes that you're just going to put together, just like that. And then you'll piece together the ears to the face to the body. Over on this side, you have the little hind section. And to make the hind section, you're going to make over here, we're going to start with just 2 strips together, and then we're going to use that connector corner method again. So the connector corner on the edge, and you can see that this corner doesn't go all the way, the square doesn't go over the whole thing. And the reason why we're doing that is that it's going to then give more of a gentle curve in this hind section, okay? If you went all the way across, it would be a little bit more severe. So it's really fun being able to play with the different shapes by just how we move that square, what different geometries we can achieve. Okay, so very simple. And then to finish the body of the cat, not the base of the cat, right, the body, we'll have piece these together, and then we'll put this rectangle on top and put the 2 halves together. This is going to finish 10 inches, and what we're going to do, and I checked back with our friends at Free Spirit on the size of this rectangle to make sure what size it's exactly going to be. So hold off for a couple days before you download this pattern, but it's a very fun block. I think that you could embellish if you wanted to put a little face on the cat. That could be super cute. And then what you can also do in the pattern here, I'm going to just, I don't know, show you here. You could use some focus pieces. Like, let's just say you were interested in the new Curiouser and Curiouser line, and you wanted to have the queen in the body. You could cut this. Look at that. So you could see some focal piece there. Okay. So that is a nice size project. You could finish it as a pillow. You could make the whole quilt. You could make it as a wall quilt. A size like this would be a great snack mat so that you could just have your little cookies over there, and then you could still look at your cat. And that would just be fun. You could even write a saying in here. Oh, I can't wait to see what you guys are going to do with this block. Really exciting. So this is the 5th inspiration that we've shared with you. I'm just going to take a walk back and share with you a couple of the other inspirations that we've had to date, in case if this is your first episode watching. So all of our episodes have been recorded, and you can go back in time to see what they are. We have shared a binder cover to just store all of your amazing Tula projects. We used a heart and we played with some fussy cutting and wallpaper piecing to get this lined up. Hint, it is a quilt shop owner's dream if you choose to wallpaper piece all of your blocks. We love it. And then I won't be joking when you ask me how much you need, and I say 10 yards, 10 yards of everything. Okay, so we have this binder cover. That was month 1. For month 2, we shared this gorgeous quilt block, which of course you could make a whole quilt from, into a project keeper. And so we played with installing a zippity zipper. So this is a zipper that has a casing on it, facing, I'm not saying it right. We have these available in the store. And then we played with having some laminate on the inside. So you could just slide your projects inside. You could also have used this simply for a pillow cover. We also used the By Annie's Totally Stable as the binding in there, or batting in there, and played with some quilting. In March, we shared this Tranquil Waters mini turned into a mug mat with tiny flying geese playing with a color wave here, some serpentine stitching, and then incorporating a selvage into your quilt so that you can commemorate the fabric line that is used in your quilt. And last month, we shared this Bargello-y heart turned into a pillow. We installed another zipper, and then we played with some bias cut binding to use those True Colors tent stripes on the bias to get this really cool binding. So we hope that we're teaching you just a little bit every single month with sharing you different techniques. We're kind of tricking you that way with sharing some different inspiration with you. So what else do I have for you today? Well, I've been teasing you with this Curious and Curiouser fabric, and I have a little bit more to tease with that. It will be shipping very, 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 very soon. And we were fortunate enough to get this really cool sample of a brand new product from June Taylor featuring the Curious and Curiouser teacups. Oh, I just love, love, love the vibrant color in this. So the new product is an insulated lunchbox sewing kit. It's similar to Quilt As You Go, but it is even simpler, where literally you just put your fabrics right sides together, place them on the batting, and then you sew on the lines. Like literally, that's it. You flip and you sew and flip and then assemble units. Really, really simple. I think the first time we made it, we tried to make it a little bit too complicated, but it works as a great lunchbox. We have a separate video that we have that steps out all of it. And you can see here a gorgeous use of the teacup fabric here in this new product. We have these available in store. There's 6 different versions of it, and the versions of it, the only thing different is the color of zipper that's on the inside. So they all contain the pre-printed batting for both sides of your lunchbox, a zipper of the right length in one of 6 colors: white, navy, gray, black, beige. Oh goodness, I should have had my list. Anyhow, we have 6 wonderful ones, and red. Frank, thank you so much. And red. So that was black, gray, white, navy, red, beige. So we have these available not only in the sewing kits, but we have the zippers available separately. And then there's also a really neat Quilt As You Go cosmetic bag that you could just have everything all matching. Matching, matching, matching. Okay, so make sure to check out that video if you want to see step outs of how to make this and how simple, simple, simple it is. This kit is $24.99 and is in store now. We talked last month about the Curious and Curiouser threads. So we have this great thread box, which has 20 amazing colors and the gorgeous art from Tula. And if you are watching Tula's videos on her Tuesday videos, she had talked a few times about how her neutral color is this color right here, which is $28.35, and $28.35 is in every single one of her thread boxes. So we decided, you know what, if that's her neutral and you've started asking about it, let's just carry it on the larger spool. So we now have $28.35 available on the larger spool, available in our Tula section for you. And you can see how beautifully this goes. We're going to now lay out the fabric that we are waiting on. So Frank, let's look overhead at our fabric. So one more time before we see it in real life, because by the time we have our next We Are Tula Club, we should have this in stock. So this fabric here, in case if you didn't pick up on it, so this is the Alice print, but we have an alternate focus motif, which is the bunny here. Roses and the cats, the teacups, this Alice, another print of the Queen here, more teacups, such vibrant colors. And this really works well with the true colors. You can tell even in that sample that we showed you that one of the minerals was used as the go-with accent fabric. Another Alice with the bunny, the dripping hearts. I'm so excited because we received notification yesterday that our Renaissance ribbon collection of Curiouser and Curiouser is coming. I don't know if Frank knows this. Frank should close his ears right now. So I love the ribbon. Like, I really love all the ribbon. And so, I don't know. I think Frank was not home or something. And so I ordered the whole line of ribbon on spools to match, and it shipped yesterday. So I'm so excited. I will let you know and show you pictures as soon as that comes in. All right, so this is the Curiouser and Curiouser. We do have the Mad Hatter kits that will be coming in. I will post as soon as yardage arrives. But I just wanted to give you one last taste of it before the fabric ships and arrives. We will be receiving the wide backs that go along with it. All right. So what else do I have to show you today? So we have, I think we should start, we need to interject as I'm resetting with a trivia question. How does that sound? All right, so the trivia question that we're going to start with is, what is the name of Tula Pink's upcoming fabric line? I bet no one can guess, the one that we just shared with you. So the prize that we will have for you is actually a really cool prize and very useful. It is a 2.5 square collection of the 42 pieces of True Colors that is in stock and that we will be stocking for a really long time. Look at that, isn't that awesome? So this 2.5 inch square collection that we've cut here in the store is really, really useful because you need to have swatches in your house to match, to color match, so that you can perfectly work with the different projects that you're working with. You've been collecting all the new prints. Some of you have been scavenging the older prints out of print prints, and you need to find all of the go-withs to go with that. So we currently have the 2.5 inch squares of the True Colors that we've continued to stock, and you can pick this up so that you can know that you need this one here, okay? So I don't have them stickered, which I probably should provide a set of stickers with you as well so that you can figure out which item numbers you need to go with which. And then we are going to be working on getting you the 2.5 inch square swatches of the palms and 10 stripes as well as the solids so that you can have all of your go-withs and just have a whole palette so that you just know what you need to order to go with everything. So think lucky, okay? So make sure to type in below with this trivia question of what is Tula Pink's upcoming fabric line? And it's the one we just showed you, okay? All right. So that is this right here for the 2.5 inch squares. All right. Now, what else do we have? Since we talked about True Colors, I just want to let you know we have put together, since they're all back in stock now, at least for the time being, towers of Tula Pink's current solids. So we'll be getting the new ones late summer, slated August-ish. But we have all of the existing ones in stock. And so that's 22 different fat quarters. I'm sorry, 22 different colors, either in fat quarters or the half yards. So let us know if you need one of those. We can set one aside for you. And then from the little doodads that we have as well, Frank, let's look overhead. We have the Sew Tights in the heart, the orange, and then these larger rectangles and some unicorn head straight pins, just because, you know, why not have unicorn head pins? And we have the two different, we have a medium and a large project bag that have the zippers in stock right now. These have been really popular. We'll continue to stock all the different size bags. I'm glad that you have enjoyed them. So we'll just continue to bring in all sorts of other fun accessory stuff. All right, what else do we have to share with you tonight? We have Did I run away? I ran away. We are expecting Jaybird's brand new book. It's in transit. Her new baby book. Have you seen her new baby? Oh, he's so cute. So we have that new book coming in, and we have an assortment of her other patterns in stock for you. I got to see Daydream yesterday. Margaret, my Free Spirit rep, came by and I got to see that new one. It's so hard to be thinking about all of the upcoming fabric that's so far away. So we have the Curiouser and Curiouser that's coming now. We're going to be having the Holiday Homies flannel in earlier summer, and then the new solids, and then Daydream. So we're not really going to talk about the Daydream quite yet. Just know that we are going to be carrying like all of the Tula all of the time, and that is super exciting. So, and Frank is just like, Tula, Tula. I can see him dancing in the background, and I'm sure you all can see him dancing too. So let us show you in the non-Tula world, just because I have you here with me tonight, I'm going to show you a couple of the other new deliveries that we have gotten this week. All right, so let's look at some new deliveries. So we have some novelties here. You know, we really have been building up our novelties a lot. And so we have some crayons and alphabets and numbers, alphabets and numbers. These are all from Timeless Treasures. And then, well, these are kind of crazy and kind of fun. So we have a casino print as well as money. So we have these great novelties. Now, Timeless, a lot of their novelties just come and they are one-offs. So they don't necessarily come in a collection. They're just very interesting conversationals. Then we have, I know you can't even believe that this is happening, but we're going to start talking about Christmas 2021. So we have a snow place like home. Look at these polar bears. So a wintry line that just arrived. Look at those little stacked little cuties. And some penguins. We have been missing some penguins. So I know this seems like forever away from now, but we do like to have novelties and seasonals all year long, because when we make stuff, you know, it is you can't make it overnight, and we like to work on projects all year long. So things are continuing to be delayed, and so oftentimes this particular company is the first to deliver their holiday fabrics, and sometimes we get it even earlier than May, and I would say we're going to be getting the bulk of our holiday fabrics, ooh, goodness, probably into July this year. So if you're not seeing them in the store, don't worry, they're still being made. And we still have a lot of good fabric in the store for those. Is it time for another trivia question? Frank's nodding his head yes. He thinks it is time for another trivia question. So the trivia question is, how many solids does Tula Pink currently have in her existing solid collection? Okay, so how many and what are you going to win? You are going to win this really cool curated prize. And that is a small piece of an out-of-print Tula. Your friends are all going to be jealous. A Homemade Hearts interlocking EPP heart template from paper pieces. And then you are also going to get, this is really cool. It is a book label, a book sticker, a book plate for Quilt with Tula and Angela. So this is an out-of-print book with Tula Pink and Angela Walters autographs. Really cool. So, and this is from my personal collection. So this is for the second prize here, and that is for the question of how many solids are in Tula Pink's current solid offerings. So tonight we are going to be a little bit shorter. I was not able to incorporate all of the show and tell that we have been sharing. I am super excited with all of the sharing that we have been having. Make sure to join the Patchwork Party Facebook group if you're not already. The picture on the top of the group is this sign right here. And so that's how you know that you're in the right place and are joining the right group. We are adding members to the group all of the time. In May, so I know we're already in May, but we should, in the next couple weeks, we are working with a piece of software to be able to stream to a couple different places at the same time. So cross your fingers that technology is in our favor. And also we're working on something that by next week we're hopefully, or the next couple weeks, we'll say the next couple weeks, that we'll be able to be more interactive with you and answer questions live. Yay! So I really thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule for joining us tonight. I will go through and check all the questions that you have for us to be able to answer after our presentation. Make sure to answer both trivia questions that you can enter to win 2 different amazing prizes. So you could win the complete set of 2.5-inch squares of our True Color collection, all 42 pieces. And if you also wanted to buy it instead of win it, or just have many, we do have these for sale for $4.99 in the store as well. And then that first question was, what is the name of the upcoming fabric line for Tula Pink? And then the second question that we had with this great prize here is, how many colors are in Tula Pink's Solids collection? We'll be doing that drawing at 9 a.m. on Saturday. So you have until Friday at 5:30 to answer the questions. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. Happy quilting, and we'll see you soon.